Hey everybody, it's your girl Diamond Love, and I'm back with an all new episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Alright, y'all, let's get into it. So, we start off with Ashley. She is home with now baby Dylan. Of course, she was a little hesitant because she wasn't sure she could feel comfortable bringing a new baby in, but when that skin to skin contact came, she was happy. And then she introduces Dylan to his big brother. It's a bond. She's happy about that. She's happy that they will always have each other. I have that too with my kids. My son loves his sister and she loves him. And they're 4 years apart, but they already have a close connection already. Hence why she's trying to hurry up and grow up so she can be in close speed with him. It's so adorable. It is. It's really cute. So we segue into Mia. She goes on a picnic with her family, and then she asks her son how school's going. He says it's going good. Can't wait to be over. And she asks him, "Do you like that mommy works too hard?" He said, "I don't, but I know why you do it." She said, "Why do I do it? Because for the house and things we have. I mean, it's not just that. I work hard because I want you guys to have things that I didn't have." Same story from every parent that do. I want you to have more than me. I want you to do better than me, which is true, and that's going to be when my kids come to that age. Do better than me. All I want is the best for you. And then of course she realizes that it's not the material things, it's the time. When you want to work so hard, you want to keep on going to make sure they have everything. Always missing is you being there, and I love that. So of course she talked about her mom, and of course she invited her mom, but her mom didn't come. G's like, why? I don't know. I think she's been so distant, and she's 20 minutes away. So with drugs, she would say that her mom came when she wanted to, and it's like she didn't have that mother instinct, that maternal bond, and she felt like the mom felt like Mia didn't need her help. And then of course it may feel the fact that Mia carries a lot of traits from her father, and maybe she's a little bit afraid to recognizing that, or that's all she thinks about because he was the love of her life and she never found love after him. So she wants to try and have another understanding, another conversation, and try to reach a common ground with her. We're going to see how that goes. So then we get to Candace. She is now packing for a trip because she is hosting a trip to Williamsburg, Virginia. She said her grandparents live there, and when she goes, it's always a peaceful way to relax, to just unwind. And when she gets back, Chris reminds her, "You have two music videos when you come back." She's like, "Huh?" "Yes, we gotta get on set and get these music videos done." So Candace is still taken aback and still adjusting to having her husband as her husbander because she feels like he's in coach mode all the time. He's not soft. He's not being the loving husband. He's just all go, 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 go. You need to do this now. I'm like, that's the price that you pay when you want your husband to be your manager. So then Chris reminds or inquires or suggests to Candace, "Did you invite Ashley?" She said, "Did I invite who?" "Ashley." "Who?" "Ashley." "Well, I feel like she just had her baby. Why would she want to come?" "Well, just at least extend the invite. That's all you need to do. Is to say, hey, how you doing?" So of course, Candace in her confessional, she's gonna say, I don't know why she would come. She just had her baby. Shouldn't that be healing? I don't know. But in the midst of this saying that, she gonna say she forgot to do it. Candace, I just want you to keep it a buck and say you don't want Ashley there. Granted, she does have her baby. To leave after your baby has been born for a week is a little bit, too soon. But at the same point in time, be honest. You don't want Ashley there. Just this whole forgot thing. I didn't buy it last episode. I'm not buying it this time. Excuse me. Back to Ashley. Giselle comes over to see the baby and see how she's coping with two kids now, and then the age difference. Turns out Grace and her sisters are 18 months apart, so they're pretty much kind of like under 2 years, which is kind of cool. It wasn't like that at first, but then she told Giselle that no, they love it. They're so fun. They're so loving. They're so good. Dean loves his baby brother. It's all good, but in the midst of trying to tell Ashley all the tea that happened at the recent events, Dylan makes an explosion in his diaper. Ugh. Ugh. I'm still in that stage of exploding diapers because my daughter is 8 months and she be having surprises in those pampers. So I'm still in that stage. So then they also bonded with the fact of that anything happened because remember she had a little tear down there when she had Dean. And she said, no, something else happened. You pooped. I did. So she pooped during labor, which was different than what she did with Dean. And Giselle went through the same thing when she had the twins. Now, what was so funny that I had to rewind more than once was because the producers asked Giselle, "Is the reason why you and Jamal divorced was because you pooped during labor?" She said, "Probably, and that's why he went and left." I'm like, damn, Giselle, you couldn't keep him after giving birth to his kids? Damn, that's crazy. So obviously, Ashley's still in the dark because she was in the hospital. So Giselle lays it on down. Then, of course, talks about the party, and then he talks about this trip coming up. She said, "What upcoming trip? You know about the trip?" "No." "Oh, Candace invited us all to Williamsburg." "I did not. I have not talked to Candace." Okay, I'm gonna invite you. Even though Ashley looked a little apprehensive, she's like, "I don't know about that." "Okay, come for a day. I can come for a day." Now, it is kind of funny that Giselle felt like she had the power to invite somebody, knowing the fact that Candace and Ashley doesn't really get along right now. It is kind of like, really, Giselle, you just hold the power. Like, you pretty much hold a higher queen bee power in your friendships, and people are supposed to just get behind, get in line, and just take it. I'm not liking that. And then, the whole thing about, Candace forgot. She didn't forget. So, of course, Giselle goes in about Winnie's new attitude. All she talked about is her ass and her tits. And then when she showed up at the party, she was in her nightwear, but she was in a cute, you know, camisole and short set for bed and for pajamas. It was really cute. It just highlighted her body. Listen, Winnie bought those titties and ass. She gonna show it off. I'm not knocking it, but Giselle's talking about her attitude. Like, she's so free. She's so out there. It's like, where is it coming from? It's so different than the Wendy we met last year. And Ashley co-signed and said, yeah, a little bit different because she was Professor Wendy and all about rights and righteousness, and I wouldn't do this and wouldn't do that. So it is different than we see it. It's now Miss Wendy if you nasty. Shout out to Ashley for that. So she's like, is it connected to something more? And that's when Giselle segues into the rumors about Eddie possibly having a girlfriend on the side. And it's like Ashley wasn't sure if, and then Giselle was, my bad. I'm fumbling. Giselle is the first to say she does not go about social media gossip, all this and that. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. You are the first to mention to anybody about something on blogs about somebody else's marriage. You are the first one. When Candace found out about Ashley's marriage, Ashley's husband, Michael Darby, in MGM, Candace went to you. You dig deep and brought it back to Ashley. So the fact that something else that we know wasn't true, but we knew it was true, but it was still the fact that you still went off about it was on social media, and you went and told. So Giselle, you got to miss me. You stay in the blogs. You stay in the media. You and your ex-husband, they stay in the media all the time. So I'm gonna have to miss me with that. And Ashley said, I don't think Wendy would succumb to rumors like that, to gossip. I don't think she would, but I think you should tell her. She might feel a little bit threatening if it comes from you, maybe because she knows Giselle more, or she trusts Giselle wouldn't come from a malicious way about her husband. We'll see. We will see. And we're now to Wendy. Now, Wendy is on the computer trying to get her lectures done, but her kids are making noises. The youngest one's calling for her. Eddie's trying to get them quiet. So she's like, Lord have mercy, I need to get this done. Let me have some time. I understand. So, of course, after she's done, she talks to Eddie, and then, of course, she's critiquing herself as to how she presents herself during her lecture. She had her sweater on, but it had like it was an off shoulder, had like a little skin showing. She was wearing her hoops. So she's pretty much debating on who she is. She's a professor, but she listens to trap music. She's a commentator, but she curses like a sailor. Now, I feel like you are not the only one who has those types of very important jobs that have a life when it's time to leave home. Are you kidding me? Everybody else is not so hard fit by the law when they get home. It is ties off, get these pantyhose off, get these heels off. Let me get in my Daisy Dukes, or let me get in my pajamas, and let me drink my wine. Let me watch my ratchet shows, and I'm good. Everybody has that type of wind down when they are in the camera. Everybody does. Everybody's not the same way off camera. Not really. If they have an important job like you do, being a commentator, please. Once you take all that mic off, they go their merry way. So A expresses she has a lot on her plate, and she needs to prioritize. Let some things go. Let some things not be all at the moment. You know what I'm saying? And it's like once you try to like once you try to like do everything all at once, you tend to neglect the ones that really wants you. You can't give your husband 100%. You can't give your kids 100%. Which led to the question: are you happy? She replies back: are you happy? He said, no, I'm not. And then are you happy what you're doing? You know what I'm saying? Because in order for me to be fulfilled in what I need to do, I need to do X, and I gotta drop off Y and Z. You want to do X and Y and Z and bring everybody else together. You can't do that. I have that same type of wanting to get that same type of notion in my head. If I don't get it all at once or do everything all at once, I lose. I miss out. It's not gonna get done right away. And I feel like I have to prioritize of what can get done right now and what can still be, pushed aside for the time being. I'm still in that bracket of getting it done. But it's not as quickly as I need this done. So one thing at a time. Prioritize what needs to be done first and go down, go down, go down. It's all about how you do it. But then, of course, Wendy wants it to be a little bit softer at the approach and the answers. I understand that because I feel like my husband comes down on me in a harsh way. But he feel like if I do it soft, you're not going to take me seriously. But I feel like, damn, a little bit nicer, please. I get it. Just don't be such a warden. But that's how he feels like I'm going to get it. And I understand it. So, when we talk about the candle business, what's up with that? You got the candles. You got the name. Have you registered the name? Have you seen if it's taken? And he wants to figure out the business instead of purchasing the stuff, the business plan, how to finance your budget, where you're going to get your budget, all that and then some. Wendy is like a deer caught in headlights as to why she needs to do all that. Now, it's so funny that that part was being mentioned, and she took to Twitter and said that my degree was in political business and government, not business. My husband got an MBA. That's his thing. But I still want to learn. I'm not going to completely say that that's a reason to say that you don't know nothing about business because political government. Are you serious right now? Everything that we do is in the conduct of business. Who's this? Who's this? Who's that? You might not know everything about a business, but come on, you mean tell me you don't know the fundamentals of how to run a business? That's that. I mean, I really can't feel like she has absolutely no clue. I don't have a degree in business, but I know what it means to have a business. My parents used to have a business. I wanted to start a business, and I knew what I need, the steps I need to do to take it. And I didn't have a degree, so I feel like these are the type of things you kind of learn as you grow, learn as you get older. So I can get her and try to learn more, but to say that I didn't know, I'm trying to understand how you could not know about that. I really am. And then of course the whole thing about the money. You can't keep buying things out of pocket, can you? She said, well, we can use your pockets. Okay, well, I didn't know that, and right now my pockets are closed. I need to figure that part out. So she realizes she bit off more than she can chew, and she doesn't want to give up on the aspect of creating a business because that's her dream. Okay, Wendy. Okay. I want you to succeed. I really do. I want you to succeed. So we get to Giselle and Robin. Apparently they do a second try to meet up with Mia. And when she gets there, I liked Mia's outfit. It was really cute. A little bit fancy. Then it's a little meet at a bar, but it was cute. I liked it. So, of course, she apologized and expressed the fact that her answers in that text message was rude. So we get to her childhood. So when she was living in her home, this was the last day of being at home because her father was being abusive to her stepmom. She tried to break it up because glass was being thrown, and yes, glasses were being thrown, and when she tried to step in, she got pushed. She got thrown into the TV, got hurt, glasses in her arm. She went to school the next day. A classmate noticed the blood on her arm, her shirt. The principal called Child Protective Services. She was sent to the foster care system. Never went home again. So Then it led to her mom are not in a good place. She's been trying to get to a good place. Her mom's been clean for 10 years. And then it's just when Robbins chimed in and said, not to be disrespectful, but how is your mom? Like, what happened? How did, like, where does that go? So then, of course, because she said that Juan's parents died of AIDS and heroin use. She said, wow, my father also died of AIDS and heroin use. So that was a common ground for them. Giselle expressed that she loving the Mia that's in front of them, telling them about their childhood, being light, being, well, caring, and just being herself. The whole thing about Mia in that state of I'm a boss needs to be out in group settings. Now, I don't know why, but I feel like Giselle tried to shut down the whole I'm a boss thing because Giselle don't like nobody else who got going on for themselves besides her. She don't like that Karen has a business. Mia has a business. She don't have a business. Everhue is liquidated. Nowhere to be found. In the book, nobody reading it. But we gonna see how far this goes. It's not gonna be long. I don't think so. And everything else just became in like snippets. Karen will be stopping in her hometown to get sworn in as the ambassador for Surrey County. Just Candace knows, so it's all good. We get to Giselle can't swim. Robin needs to get an order out before she gets out of town. Wendy is ready to show more skin, all this chocolatey goodness. I'm like, all right, Candace. So pretty much get to the final of the final moment. So Candace is a party bus. Everybody arrived. Wendy shows up in this high-rise cut bodysuit, cut off crop top sweater, sweats, and them little braided heels. Now, it was raining. And the only person who decided to wear heels and show some skin was Wendy. Now, she looked good with her braids. The baby hairs and everything was given. I'm like, Wendy, you are showing out. You are showing out. But I felt like, couldn't you have worn a sweater? I mean, you could have still had the bodysuit on, but I know you had to be cold. But hey, she want to show off all her sides. Giselle keeps on commenting about how much skin Wendy is showing. It could be something more, not really. And when Karen arrives, this stank ass look on Giselle's face got me. I'm like, I don't know why you keep letting Karen take away your power like this. Why you keep showing the fact that you don't like her? Yeah. Stop giving her that energy. Karen's not. She says in the confessional, but at the same point in time, you show such disdain in your face. It's making you look unattractive. I'm like, ugh. She has that permanent like stank face every time Karen comes in the room. And I'm like, Giselle, get over it. Just get over it. Like Robin in the bag, just messy mean girls. Just good night and goodbye. So of course everybody's like, where's Ashley? Karen said I did not invite her. I forgot to invite her. So Giselle pops in and say, oh, I did. And she's coming for a day. Candace was like, you invited her for the day? I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm not saying anything bad because she's had a baby. Her coochie's healing. Woosah. Woosah. Now, I feel like, Candace, you going to have to not get so upset when someone invites somebody you don't like. Or at the same point in time, not even somebody you don't like. You're going to have to keep it a buck. And say, I didn't want her there. Don't ask me again. Now, it is rude. But I felt like she was calm. Different approach. But don't take it out on Ashley. Ashley was not pining for an invitation. Giselle was. So you can't put that on her. So everybody was like, so everybody, who's watching the kids? Me, are you okay? Oh, yeah. G's watching them. He's super dead, but I got cameras on them. Skelly over there, Alaska, she said she does the same thing with her family. Now, Candace speaks to Robin and say, I want you to have another baby. Why do you want Robin to have another baby? Why? I don't know. I don't know why we're worried about Robin's womb. I said it before. I don't think Robin wants to have any more kids. No. She said, you and the men in my house. You mean tell me your sons want you to have another baby too? Okay. But then we also get a little tidbit in this. She said, I let him stay in though. So Juan and Robin have had sex and he let his little swimmer stay inside and we're going to see where that goes. Candace speaks to Wendy. Wendy! She's like, what? Juan shot up the club. Wendy gets up. She starts gyrating, dropping it low and everything. And I'm like, why are you so happy that she had sex with Juan? And his little swimmers came in. She gonna probably take a plan B when she gets a chance to. But I'm like, Wendy had the same reaction when Juan proposed to Robin. She was main one. Ah! Ah! Her white slick dress. I'm like, Wendy, sit down. Sit down. Oh my God. It is so not that serious right now. To me, it wasn't that serious for her to get so excited about that. But I felt like, why are you getting excited about that? I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. So it's a poll. Everybody gets on the poll. Giselle, a mess. Robin, a mess. Candy looked cute. Karen was giving. Karen was giving. Escalade, bleh. Wendy, she got swept by them braids. Them braids weighed her down. She did one loop and she went down. Mia, the stripper, she said, "I don't know anything about the pole. There wasn't a pole when I went. There wasn't a pole when I was a stripper. No, I don't know what I'm doing." Girl, she put on her alter ego on and started, turning, bending it low, giving that sexy back pose, popping them tight ass jeans. I was like, hey, Mia, I was here for it. I was here for it. And they like, girl, you've been on the pole before. Now, I'm not liking the fact that they are trying to like paint the stigma of she's bottom of the barrel. She's a pole. Don't try to hide it and stuff like that. Girl, everybody else probably came from Slim Pickens too. So don't do that. And then I just don't like the digging of, girl, just admit it. No, okay, she did it. She's where she's at. Don't just go back to that. Giselle, you're not a saint. Stop doing that. Robin, you're not a saint. Stop doing that. But she said, I have a few friends that have a class and they teach me and I took notes. I'm like, okay, Mia, however you want to paint it, I'm not mad at you. Paint however you want to paint it because I'm more than what I was when I got here. Thank you. So we get to the house. The house is beautiful. I love it. I love the color. I love the area. It is gorgeous. Now, the main house has 4 rooms and they have a cottage on the rest of the grounds, and it's 3 rooms. So Candace, Robin, Giselle, and Mia have the main house. Wendy, Alaska, and Karen have the cottage. Wendy was looking a little like, oh, really? A simple conversation with John and Giselle, and she's inside the main house. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So Karen is happy that Mia is trying to take a different approach with Giselle because Karen did not have that experience, but she gonna learn. So Karen is stopping in her hometown in Surrey to get sworn in, and of course she asked Wendy and Mia to come with her. Giselle wants again to say, I'm confused as to how fast friends Wendy and Karen did. First of all, you hated the girl last, now y'all best buddies. Okay. Now listen, the beef or the misunderstanding that Karen and Wendy had was not as big as what you and Karen have. Wendy came in automatically on the other side, not trying to get to know everybody. Okay, so with that, grown women let be grown women. We have a conversation. We done. We cool. We got more in common. And then of course, Wendy is looking at Karen as somebody to admire to because she does have a business. So that's another thing for them to get cool with. Stop trying to like. Why you always gotta have somebody else look as if Karen is so hard to get along with? Why can't folks have a conversation, move on, and then build something? It's not always gotta be hate all the time. Hence, so why you got hate such in your heart? Your heart is black. That's why. So when they get there, the ladies pick the rooms. Apparently, the main house, there's 4 master suites. So everybody else is downstairs enjoying their dinner, trying to like, have a good time, let this weekend starts. As Candace is talking about, how the house is 4 masters. I'm upstairs, Mia's upstairs, Giselle's upstairs, there's one down. Giselle talks to Robin and say, "Oh, I wish she was downstairs. Me too. Should we move Mia out? Mia, yes, Mia. Yeah, I'm kicking you out of your room. I'm gonna be next to Giselle. Okay, great, thank you." I'm like, what the fuck? What? You mean what? I was like, I know this didn't happen. And Mia's like, I'm good, go ahead. As long as I got the view, as long as I'm in the main house, I'm straight. Cancel to her and say, you let them bully you? She's like, I receive it. I'm like, bull swanky. Bull swanky all the way. You got some nerve to tell somebody, you're out, I'm in, bye bye. Girl, no. And I feel like that was so rude. Oh my God, that was so rude. So rude for Robin and Giselle to just do. She said, oh no, it's no hate, to just receive it. It's all love. It's all love. Love my ass. Love my ass. You're not finna kick me out of my room that I put all my shit in and now I gotta go downstairs. No, fuck no. Same point in time is like Robin. You cannot just take your head out of Giselle's ass for less than a day. Or less than a few hours. You down, you up. It's not like there's not stairs. It's not you guys don't have phones. It's not like you guys are not going to see each other in the duration of this trip. The one time y'all not going to be sleeping next to each other, you got an issue. I cannot. Oh my God, I cannot. This was so annoying. This was so rude. And it's bullshit. The fact that y'all want to be rude to other people. But when they give you that energy back, it's like, whoa, where'd that come from? I don't like that. I don't know if I can be friends with her. But you just did the same shit again. I feel like this was so rude compared to what Mia did to you guys. Yes, her message was aggressive, but y'all set the tone. Giselle talked about don't invite Karen. I don't like that. And then y'all just gonna boo somebody else out somebody's room. I'm like, this is just the bunk beds all over again. How Robin and Giselle fight about it. Listen, I don't give a damn. If I'm on a trip with somebody, I don't care if my room is big, has a view. If it has a bed, a bathroom, I'm good. I'll lay my head anywhere. The loft, the sofa, a little lounge chair, I don't care. Me, I don't view things like that. And it's annoying as hell that y'all do this shit to folks. Y'all play by y'all own rules and y'all want people to abide by them. When somebody tries to check you on your rules, it's like, whoa, that's not what we do here. Yes, the fuck we do here, ugly ass stepsisters. Oh my God, that's so annoying me. It was so rude. I don't like that at all. I don't. The fact that, oh my God, the fact that that happened, now we get to, oh yes, and Karen caught it. She said, damn girl, you had lunch with them and I already booted out the room. You had less than 5 minutes? Subtle. Take notes, Mia. Take notes. And Karen wasn't lying. Take notes. You let your guard down with them one time, they already treating you like a slave. Already treating you like a lapdog, a assistant, errand boy. They're treating you like less than less than. Because they know your T now. They know what's used against you and you know where to stay. I'm not knocking. So then Giselle was like, anybody else want to apologize to anybody? She's like, apologize for what? That's me. Apologize for what? So then, of course, as she's talking, Karen was like, are you talking to me? I was here for it. She said, oh, I'm expecting an apology from you. I'm expecting an apology from you, Giselle, because you owe me one. Now, she sent the group text, but it was mainly to apologize to Wendy about the fight that she had with Giselle. I understand that. Moving on. But she wants an apology from Karen about the lies said about her family. She said, what lies? What lies? I'm not going to do that unless accountability of the actions that you've done. So, of course, we get to what it was. She said, are you going to tell me? She said, I'm not getting into that. So, when he comes in and say, is it about the death comments about Ray? Absolutely. So, now Giselle was like, this is bullshit, bullshit. Now, the first time it was mentioned how Ray was telling her, you need to go ahead and get some men before your pretty phase, because it will fade. She said he'll be dead and buried before this phase. Now, in that moment, funny, haha. But in that same breath, in that same episode, I believe when it was mentioned, or the next episode, she's in her barn talking to Robin about how Ray will be 6 feet under before Karen can afford a house. In that breath, in that tone, that was definitely a very nasty, malicious way of wishing death on somebody else's husband. That I'm like, see, you're contradictory right now. You said it, and now you didn't say you said it, and now you said it, and then I mean what you said, but I feel like you meant it in that moment. I feel like you did meant to wish death on Ray in that moment, and that wasn't cool. So she said, Karen is like, I think because her life has been perceived as, fake and a fraud, and whenever she's exposed, she deflects. I'm agreeing to that. And then Giselle, it ends it with this: I want Ray to live. I don't want Ray to pay his bills. End scene. I'm like, this girl does not know when she talks. She does not know. When she talks, she sounds stupid. And Robin in the background, why are we talking about this from 4 years ago? Shut the fuck up, Taryn Manning from Hustle and Flow. Shut the fuck up. Your braids got on my nerves because they look like Taryn Manning from Hustle and Flow. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Now I swear, now next episode we're going to get more into it because this going to segue into the mess, and it's going to get to Wendy getting into Giselle's ass about the cheating rumors that she brought onto the show. and she gonna check that ass and say, everybody told me about you and I cannot wait. Now I know we saw the trailer and people gonna be like, Ashley is being messy. I'm not gonna think Ashley's being messy. I think that once Ashley knew, I think she felt like, I know that Giselle might tell her, but I feel like Ashley might say, Giselle's gonna tell you, but I feel like she's gonna say to other people first before she tell you, because she told me. So I just want to put you up on game so that you can be prepared, because it did come from Giselle. It did come from her. So it's not like Ashley brought out of air and say, I'm telling you. This came from Giselle, which was said the second episode when she had the meet up with Ashley about the pamper party. That wasn't aired. So she wanted to mention it again. So she wanted to make sure this was being said this time. So we're gonna see how that goes. But y'all, that's all I have. I'll see you guys later. Bye.